Bless up, Bucks, and bless up everybody in the building. Just creating a little stand right now. Came on to drop a little, not knowledge, but a little sense, because I'm tired of the black community looking at others, and I'm tired of the black community failing when it's easy stuff that we could pass, like I'm sick of us acknowledging the hood and the ghetto, but we can't acknowledge to be better. Like, sometimes I sit down And I told the supervisor at the job this, all my life people use my intelligence against me when they tried to act like they were smarter than me to manipulate me. And when I caught what they was doing, this is when people told me I was a problem, or I got an attitude, or I'm the worst person they ever met. But they only said that because they can't get over on me. And this is what happens in our communities, whether you want to call it a ghetto. Like me, I could take it because I know that people are on it. When you try to get over on people, or you try to run manipulation or games or finesse or whatever you want to call it, it shows how unintelligent you are when you have to try to finesse people or manipulate people. And some people think that it's okay, but it shows how soft you is. And this is why I always say, the hood and the world need to be taught over. Because the hood think that it's okay to learn from people that stole from us. How could you learn from them fools? But you can sell our people anything. And this is why I get mad at my people, because I don't care what gang you in. I don't care how bad you think you is. You ain't nothing if somebody could lock you up. How bad are you? How tough are you when another human being, let me say it again. How tough are you, right? When you're supposed to be a god. You're supposed to be a king. But you get locked up by another man that's not superior to you, but tell you he's superior to you. And you think that people that really hold on our royalty is going to take stuff like that? No. Okay? Our people are not supposed to hold on nonsense. Our people are not supposed to be followers when we are leaders. But people would lose. People would play. And I learned, like, it's just sad. Because you trying, but where you gonna get to? Like, I watch so much people try to be tough, try to be who they not, and I say, wow, what are you getting? And big up to you Bucks too, man. You keep on winning. Big up to Bucks, big up to Asia. You keep on doing y'all thing over there. Much love and respect, to y'all. If you don't, go to 050 Bucks, Mr. Shoot Right Back. Support his page. By the end of this live, if you don't understand what I'm saying, to go search his page, I will put his page on my community guideline. And that's one thing. I don't have a problem in supporting my people. And check this out, people, because I don't play with the manipulation game. When you come to saying supporting your people, how could I say, let me see, since people like to be on, let me see. Since people like to be on, y'all like to show attention and stuff, and y'all like to, okay, these are singles, okay? These are singles. These are singles. Now, these are 20s. And this is just regular money. Now, it don't take your money and it don't take you nothing to support people that you claim that you got love for, that you mess with. It don't cost a thing, okay? You being who you are and being real to yourself, that's all it takes in supporting your people. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's real life, Because, let me make the example. When Christmas time comes around, right? I used to hear people say a long time ago, it's the thought that count. Well, you know what? If somebody got love for you, that's your family or friend, right? It's the thought that counts with them supporting you, not financially or materialistically, okay? Long as they give you that energy, that's support. But, as I always say, we're living in a world right now where common is not common no more, and the ordinary human is not teaching the other, okay? Because instead of learning, people are burning, okay? People are burning bridges, people are burning friendships, people are burning marriages, people are burning humanity, okay? To the point where people are looking at the same thing, as I always say, the word friendship, as wrong. When friendship used to be something good. Because let me tell you this, people. With all of the organs and the cells and the blood you have inside of your body, if you don't think that all of the cells and every organ you got in your body and everything that you have in your body is not family and friends with each other, you're kidding. Okay? You're kidding. Everything must work together on your physical body, okay? That means from your ears to your toes. Okay? And the human that's naive will never get stuff like that, because when you were supposed to be taught about the mental, the physical, and the spiritual, they just taught you about the physical world and told you that religion was the spiritual world. Yeah. How did that work out for humans? Huh? How did that work out for humans? How far did that get humans? Nowhere. Okay? Nowhere. I ain't the one that's gonna put sugar on top of salt and tell you it's something sweet, you know? Nah. Because people have the claim to always see something that's the same way. And never want to change. And you know what? To me, I learned in my life, right? Can't build with humans that love to destroy. That's whether it's family or friends or strangers. Do not build with humans that love to destroy. And that means whether it's you or them. Some people will say, oh, I ain't messing with them, but it's cool. They'll destroy themselves, but they ain't destroyed me. Trust me, that energy will attract to you. That energy will move towards you. That energy will spread to you, like how we spread grease on our hands to put on our face or our body or lotion. That energy will spread to you. Now, in 2026, I ain't gonna front. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Gonna push it on my page, you know, because as we all know, if you don't push yourself, it ain't nobody gonna push you, you know, and I'm humble with it. But when I put it to the limit of where I'm gonna push something, I'm gonna push something. And in 2026, I'm gonna push my page. Gonna push knowledge, gonna push wisdom, gonna push unity. You know, because I watch a lot of people in this world that act like they tough, but they soft as kitty cat between the lady's legs. Okay? And some people will say, wow, Delvin, why are you saying that? Because you know what? It's the truth, and I don't have no time. I never did to play with humans in this stupid mentality game. Because people let people get away with nonsense, and then after that turn around and ask why your people like this or why your stuff like this. I'ma keep on saying why stuff is like this. People get away with nonsense because people let people get away with nonsense. Okay? And it continues to trickle down from generation to generation, and it keeps on going to the point where humans get used to it. Okay? Because right now we're living in a world where people think that they're free, but they're living under control. And as soon as you try to jump out of that control barrier, you are known as weird, or you're known as not normal. Hold on, please. Let me take a sip of my tea. This is Cozy Caramel. One of the best teas that I like too. Well, bag tea. This is a bag tea from the store. It's not from house. You know, but outside of peppermint tea in the store, I will go for some ginger or some caramel. Okay. Now, I remember when I was a teenager, I used to push for people to be intelligent, and I used to push for people to use their intelligence. And if you didn't have none, I used to push for you to get some or find it. And this is one thing that I'll never let nobody take from me, and you can't. And you shouldn't let nobody take from you either. What I just explained right there in the past 18 seconds, what you have inside of you as in given to the world, never let nobody take that away. And what do you mean by that? What I mean by that, let me get a little deeper. Because there's a lot of things in this world that I don't like and that I don't agree with. I remember times when they had people teasing people, and you know what? I could relate to that because I remember people teasing me because of being skinny, and you know what? The people that teased me for being skinny, they didn't have more wits than me and more intelligence. So me, I was the type of person, you could tease me about me being skinny, or you could tease me about anything. But I'm going to show you that you teasing me, I'm going to show you how unintelligent you are. I'm going to show you how intelligent you could be. And I'm going to show you that me and you could joke on me, and you can't affect me with your words as long as you don't touch me. And that's what happens in life with a lot of people, where me, I could take it all day because you ain't nothing, as being where, like, your words is not going to affect me. And there's a lot of people, they have mental toughness where if you think somebody is, hold on please. Yo, bless up, brother. Bless up, man. Bless up. Bless up. Hold on 1 minute. I'm here at work, but just hold on, please. Proud rich child. Bless up, my brother. God bless to you. And I hope you enjoying your day so far. Okay. Okay, let me see. Everybody got it, but for those that always hit others with that line about you think you know everything, no mortal living does. But those same people don't value their own smarts. Now, and that's true. I'm going to get back to what I was building on, but I'm going to also build what Proud Mixed Child just said. In this world, you could spark a lot from a little bit. You know, and A lot of people in this world, what we call the it factor or the X factor or the glow or the light, a lot of people got it, but I seen in my life where I seen so much people beat people down, and all my life, and I'm proud to say this because I don't care for a chump. That's the best way I could put it. You feel me? I don't care for somebody that think that they're a bully, because I would be the first one to tell you, a lot of people that are so-called bullies, God, Jah, Rastafari, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, Christ, all his superiors, please help me. And I'm saying this because I don't really want to say this, but I have to say it. A lot of people that you think are gangster or tough or that hold a bravado or hold a stature, when you see those people by themselves, you'll see a grown man turn into a little girl. You will see a grown woman that be screaming and acting like she's all this and she's all that. You will see her curl into a ball. Okay, that little kid that's the little gangster out there, or that little girl that think they run in the street, when you see them by themselves, you see their true colors. And let me say this, and this is why I say I hate the mentality of the ghetto for our people, because it has many people out there that's in the streets that got good hearts, good souls, but they just was led wrong. And the pain that people go through, hold on please. The pain that people go through, some people don't look at it. They just look, but they don't look at it. I'm going to say it again. Some people look, but they don't look at it. Now, with the eyes that we have to see a vision and vision in, right? You know how the elders used to tell you, stop looking at everything with your eyes only? Okay? Just because you have eyes don't mean that you're supposed to look with your eyes. Just because you have hands don't mean that you could touch something with the physical only. Just because you have ears don't mean that you're supposed to hear vibration and sonic sound only with your ears. Now, and this is why our ancestors and our elders always told us, do not let a stranger teach the family. I'm going to say it again, because this is what really ticks me off when our people and many other people in this world, and this is not to diss on nobody religion, but it's to show you that they close the world of people of expanding from your spiritual to only give you a physical, where you can't even get past that, and they limit your abilities. Okay, I remember when me and my brother was little, and I can speak for me and my brother, but I'm going to speak for myself, and this is one of the reasons why I love to read. If I don't know, I'm going to keep on trying to know it if I don't know the word. That's now, and that was before. Now, I remember getting in trouble, and my mother would make me read a book. And I remember I used to like my little sports magazine Three Little Bears, you know. Used to read all type of books. But I remember going to the library, some of my first books really reading was books about history and books about animals, you know? And a lot of us growing up in the Bronx, we used to get those books about tigers, lions, giraffes, you know, water, like fire, different things, you know? Because that was the time when National Geographic was really the thing. And learning was a thing, okay? I don't know why, but I get it. Because being unintelligent nowadays to some people is something amazing to them. Me, I look at it as, wow, what is going on with you? Okay, now let me get back to what I was saying on that. If me and my brother got in trouble, we had to read. I had to read. I took that reading to, I remember sometimes I used to fall asleep with the book on my face or the book on my chest. But it kept me in words, and it kept words in my mind to the point where I remember some days walking to school and I'm reading like 2 lines of a book that I read, but I don't even know why these words are in my mind from this book that I read last night or the other day. And this is where you get to the point of knowing yourself and self. I remember years upon years and I'm seeing different words in my head. I'm seeing different things in my mental. I got to the point of understanding and overstanding that this was a computer database within inside of myself of, if you can remember yesterday, today, and tomorrow, okay, you have things like the day you was born, the first time you went to school, when you graduated from 5th grade, graduated from 8th grade, you know? You remember these things in your life with something as we call memory. From your brain, from your mental, from your mind. Over the years, some people burn these brain cells and don't know. Some people forget certain things. Some people don't forget certain things, but and this is one of the reasons why I don't like the saying or the diagnosis of old timers, because I like to push it to the limit in life that we live, right? Now, who is to judge and who is to say, excuse me 1 minute, I am still here. Now, who is to judge and who is to say when a person is supposed to lose their memory? Now, from you're born and you reach 1 years old, you're not too much, you don't have too much thinking, but your brain is processing. Now, when you get to like around 4 years old, that's when you could really get things out there. You could process things when you're 1, 2, 3, but 4, you could process things as well. But in life that we live, it's stages and it's steps and it's levels. Okay, so when you're inside of your mother, as a baby, as an egg, whatever you want to consider it, you're taking things in, you're taking notes, okay? Because humans will be so naive and say, oh, that's just the infant, that's just the feeling. No, you're intaking everything that your mother and father inside of you. Okay? You're a part of another program. Okay? You're from the program of your mother and father, and your mother and father is programs from their mother and father. It's going down the line. Now, with a lot of the things that we have in life right now, of gas, smoke, chemicals, a lot of different things is blocking your sonic waves. It is blocking your frequency to get where you need to be. And yes, of course, is not making you get to where you gotta be. A lot of people forget basic things like what they did last week. Some people tell me they forget what they did last night. And I'm not saying I'm perfect in remembering things like that as well, but no. How could you be so bad in forgetting certain things just like that? And this is why I say sometimes a lot of people, or everybody, if you forget things or you think that you are going to forget things, get a journal or get a book and write things down. And when you write things down, write it down not to have it there, but write it down to train your mind to make you remember. Just as an artist, when they keep on repeating a song so they could have it in their mind and it could be one with you and you could be one with it. That is just how our memory works as well, because you keep on going through the same thing year after year. So if you forget it, what do they say? When you jump on a bike and you know how to ride it first, you never forget, right? It may be tough in the beginning, but the next day you're going to pedal that bike like you a pro. Hold on, let me read the comments. Excuse me. Can't be mad at anybody if I don't expand my own intelligence. All I gotta do is check the reflection in the mirror, because it wouldn't be nobody's fault but my own. I don't blame nobody for my faults. Jah bless Rastafari, King Rastafari, Jah. Okay, books will let us open up a business on another continent when we was told it ain't possible. All things are possible with Jah Rastafari, Selassie the First, Marcus Garvey the First, King Emmanuel the First. I'ma tell y'all this, man. I don't really tell nobody about no way of life to believe in. I don't tell nobody about no religion to believe in. But let me tell you this. One of the sweetest things ever in my life, and the sweetest thing in my life, is Rastafari, okay? Because that's all I know, okay? And not saying that I don't know other walks of life, but when I say that's all I know, that's my pride and joy. That's my strength. That's my honor. That's my love. Okay? That's my everything. I could never leave Rastafari alone. I could never forsake in Rastafari. Okay? Because every day I wake up, it ain't no human that give me strength. It's Rastafari itself. When humans try to beat me down, Rastafari picks me back up. God bless, man. I always say this because you have weak hearts, weak souls, and weak minds that try to beat people down. And I say this all the time. You show how weak you are when you try to beat another individual down, whether it's in front of people or whether it's in private. You show how weak you are, because if you can't really stand up to the wicked in this world that needs to be beat down, Please don't beat a regular person down that don't need to get beat down, because you ain't gonna stand up to powers to be. Okay? And me, I'm so sad and ashamed to say that these stupid people are powers. No, they're just a power because that's what the people think, but they're the weakest in the world. Who are you talking about, Delvin? I am talking about the people that think they are world powers, whether it's in Jamaica, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in Dominican Republic, whether it's in Puerto Rico, whether it's in Antigua, whether it's in Canada, wherever. Delvin the lion, I say all the world powers around the world is weak men. Okay? They're weak men. I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on pushing where I want to see a woman president in America, the United States of America. I'm going to keep pushing that. I want to see a woman president in Jamaica. I'm going to keep on pushing. I want to see a woman representative in the Dominican Republic, in Puerto Rico. I want to see women in this world being respected. I want to see women in this world standing on a stage where we do not have men of all different races, okay? I'm going to keep on saying this because I'm going to be the one. I'm going to always stand outside of the line. I'm sick of this thing of men running the world because it's foolish, okay? Because I used to think that it was bad Caucasian men try to run the world, right? But when you talk about melanated people, it's going to go back to the same thing. These men hate women. And nobody want to say it. Nobody want to say it. Nobody want to say it. But I'm going to keep on saying it. Because they don't like the truth. Okay? You think it's okay? Because I'm going to keep on building on this. A lot of men in the world hate women. But they cover it up and try to act like they like women. No, you don't. You represent men more than you represent women. When these women gave us life, all of us. I ain't never seen a man make another man make a man. But I seen women make babies. Okay? I seen women make life. And for the people, I was thinking about it yesterday walking to work. I said, people always talk about oh, you want to don't be a Captain Save-A-Hole. Well, check this out. You people will want somebody to be a Captain Save-A-Hole if it was your mother, your grandmother, or your daughter, okay? If it was somebody in your family getting slapped up by somebody that you don't know, or getting beat up, or getting robbed, or getting screamed on, you would want another man to step up for that female in your family. Okay? So I'm sick of that. And people don't like to be real. If a girl gonna be a whore, let's stop playing the game. She gonna be that. But let's not put all women in the category like all women is in the same category. Just like all men is in the same category. No. And this is why I don't like people not being real. We got to be real. Not covering things up just because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. This world been hurt enough. So let's stop lying to each other. Okay? A hoe is a hoe. A prostitute is a prostitute. But a lady is a lady that needs to be respected like a lady. A queen is a queen. Okay? A man is a man. When you want to call yourself a gangster or a thug or a sticker boy, that's what you are. But when you want to be a stand-up man is a stand-up man. Don't put a stand-up man in the category with somebody that you call a gangster. Don't put a man in a stand-up category as what you would call somebody as a thug or a scammer. A man is a man. It's just like a woman is a woman. Don't put no woman in a category that she don't belong in. And it's just like children that need to be raised correct. They'll say that these children got respect, but they say these children are wild over here. Okay? Well, I'm learning. We're going to have to really teach each other more in this world as human beings. Okay? Because some people, you could talk to them on a soul level and they'll get it. But some people, you have to talk to them just like this. And I remember an elder told me, I was there speaking to him quiet and calm and collective. And he just started going off on me. And I'm there like, I went off on him. And we cursed each other out. But the thing is, you know what he told me at the end? It wasn't nothing malicious or it wasn't nothing bad. Hold on, please. Yeah, it wasn't nothing malicious or bad. Hold on, please. Let me. There is no person in this world who is free from life responsibilities. Haile Selassie Jah Rastafari. Now, he told me straight up. He said, Delvin, I had to meet you where you was at. You thought that you was being quiet, but I didn't see the fire inside of you. And I said, well, you're correct. You know, sometimes we have to know that you can't hide the truth. Okay? You can't. You could throw it in a corner and act like nobody ain't gonna see, or you could throw it under the table, but it's still there. Okay? Just because you can't see it don't mean that it's not there. And one of my things is in this world, always wanted the world to be better, you know, but wanting the world to be better, they'll say that you got to do better first, right? Yeah, it's cool, but you know what? You can't let a world manipulate your world, okay? Because you got to make sure your world stays the world. I don't like people being beat down. I don't like people being teased. Me, I'm going to always stand up for it because a lot of things in this world ain't right and people try to make it right. Shout out to all the people out there that love to read books. Shout out to all the people out there that's fat and people diss on them because they fat. You know what? I love you. And I'm going to always ride with you. From back then to before and to always. Shout out to the people with glasses on. Keep on rocking. Shout out to the people that's smart and intelligent. Keep on being smart and intelligent. Shout out to the people that's not scared to be themselves in front of everybody. Even shout out to the people that act, you know, I still love you as well. But shout out to the people that's not scared to be themselves in front of everybody. I love you. You know, and shout out to the world itself, man. Shout out to all of us. Because you know what? Humans have a weird way of teaching humans. And I'm not saying whether I'm right or wrong, but you know what? I know I'm going on the correct path of what I'm trying to give to the world and what the world needs to give to itself. Because if we keep on looking at this physical world like it's gonna change, it ain't gonna change. It's gonna keep on being the same, and people are still gonna be covering up things that don't need to be covered up. Okay? And in this year of 2026, I'm going to keep on banging on their foreheads. I'm going to keep on giving what needs to be given, because I'm not going to let a world live false. And I'm not going to let people live in a world that needs to be changed, but everybody acting like it's okay. No way, Jose. No way. Okay, you have people crying every day silently. Okay? While some people are screaming but not saying nothing. I don't like that, and I'm going to always fight to change that. I'm going to always fight for change. Okay? Because what you think is normal, it's not normal. And when I said is Rastafari is all I know, well, fighting for change is all I know as well too, because you have a world that we live in where people think that it's okay to do certain things. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life, or what people would consider crazy. And one distasteful thing that I seen the other day in Minneapolis, it was. Now, I'm not gonna say about an agent or a civilian. I'm gonna say this. Watch a videotape where I watch a human pump shots at another human in their face. Now, if we want to break it down, see, situations, you can break them down into many different scenarios, and you could run many different narratives. People always say it's two sides of a story. No, it ain't no two sides of a story. There's only one side of the story, and that's what happened. Okay? All of them other sides of stories that people like, that's people opinions. That's people how they think. But if you want to be technical, it's only one way. Hold on, please. Okay, in the eyes of some of our brothers and sisters lies Cain's intentions, those the ones we gotta definitely pray for. Okay, hold on, let me read that again. In the eyes of some of our brothers and sisters lies Cain's intentions. Oh, okay, now I get that. Cain, from Cain and Abel. Okay, intentions. And those the ones that we definitely gotta pray for. Okay, now. I had this elder that prayed for people that didn't even like her, and right there, where he just said, got people in this world that they wish you harm. Some people don't wish you well. Some people don't even care what happens to you, but you care what happens to them. Praying ain't soft, okay? It ain't nothing soft about praying. I remember growing up, like being a Rasta, we went a different way of studying a lot of different things about, Rastafari and the spirit and many different things, so I didn't grow up like the average human being when it comes to spirituality, like I can't, how they could talk about religion, of loving it as something that they live by. I could talk about religion as something that's in life, cause I know the power of it, and I know why it's here for humans, so I'm not gonna never talk like it's a tool that I should follow. And I always tell people this: if your religion is helping you and other people in a positive, respectful way, I bang out with you all day, every day. But if it's not, how we say, no, no, no. I can't go for that, because I ain't going for no craft in this universe, I'm not going for no evil in this universe and going to spread it upon others. Okay, because when you take country crop butter, right, in the bowl, and you go get some toast from out of the toaster and you spread that butter across that toast. You remember when we was kids, we used to take the the knife, the butter knife, scrape the butter knife in the bowl, you get like 3 good digs. And you take them 3 good digs and you spread that butter across the bread or the bagel or the cracker. But you taking it and you spreading the butter, okay? And that's how some people would spread energies in this world. But that's one thing I say, when we say God bless, or you giving somebody some goodness, and this is why I'm gonna keep on banging on this. Give people good, okay? Because you don't know what somebody went through in the rising or even in the dawn. You don't know. I don't like, excuse me, sorry. I don't like for people to beat people down. I don't. It's just, and it ain't even about. Some people that say, oh man, I don't like to see people beat down because I'm black or I'm brown. Nah, it ain't even that. Because I don't care if I grew up in the hood. Certain things you just can't go for. Okay? There's certain things you can't go for. And a lot of people that think that there's a lot of things that we must go for, but no. There's certain things that you can't, because your morals is supposed to make you not do certain things, but humanity been disconnected from the natural essence. Okay? Excuse me. Humanity has been disconnected from the natural essence. Okay? And some people will be like, oh, what you mean? What do I mean by that? I mean by when we use colors, we use religion, we use genders, but we don't use sense. Okay? We don't use sense. And you be like, damn, somebody needs to be taught common sense, right? In this world, or somebody needs to be taught something. Well, this is why I always say, when a baby is inside of a mama's stomach, you are getting things from the talking, from the vibration of even me speaking right now. I am speaking, and people are going to call it, what do we call this thing? We call this, I'm blogging right now, or I'm YouTubing right now. But you know what I am actually doing? It's frequencies that I am bringing through YouTube. But to humans, that sound corny. Okay, to humans, that sounds stupid. To humans, it's just a blog and it's just YouTube. But as I say, do you see words coming out of my mouth? But you don't see words, but you hear something. And this is where it get back from the beginning of this live, where I said humans need to get back to the spiritual world, because it's okay for you to be teaching people about religion, right? Yeah, teach me about that. But show me about something that could really help me and help somebody else. And I'm going to get into that in another live, because When I talk about religion and spirituality, a lot of people will be thinking that I am dissing or insulting their religion. Well, I'm going to say it like this. You're insulting your religion more than I ever could. Okay? Well, if man was meant to fly, Jah would made us all with wings. Well, he made us all with crowns. That means see every man a king. Your mind, it is your castle. Mind can be governed how you think. Damian Marley. Junior gone. You know, like, now in the body that Jah gave us, and many people could use this, is either you can use it as the castle or you could use it as the vehicle. But I'm going to say this, it's still the same thing, okay, as in the body, okay, because, how can I say it? If you have intelligence or intellect, you will know that a body in world and words as itself is just not the body, okay? Because a body, it could be a body of water, okay? Or the body itself, as in that castle, as the brother just said. Or is, another example, the body of a car, okay? Now, on the top is the top of the castle, as brother just explained. Everybody got the ability, but if you don't find your ability, you'll be lost in yourself. How they say, lost in the sauce? It'd be like throwing a piece of garlic in tomato sauce, you know, like, the garlic is in there, but it's gonna be hard to find in the tomato sauce, you know? You're gonna have to be looking, you know? But you'll find it. You know? Now, we could do better in this world, you know, but it's for humans to really wake up and tap in to what you've been missing. You know, because when you gone, but you ain't gonna understand what's happening when you and in the ancestor realm. You ain't gonna understand it. And this is why I always knew that this life that we live right now is a trial run for the next life. Okay? This life is preparing us for the next life. And if you think that getting all of these materialistic things and gathering, why do you always think that they tell you you can't take none of this stuff with you? Because it's not meant to take with you, okay? The only thing that you could take with you in the afterlife is your spiritual power, okay? That's it. That's it. Okay? Other than that, like, my phone is going, you know, like, my sneakers is gone, you know, like, my coat, everything is gone. It ain't nothing gonna last forever here. But are we gonna be prepared? You know? Are you gonna be prepared for that life that you gotta live? And some people think that, let me just say it. And this is why they always say, don't worry what a man tell you about God. You better find God for yourself. Okay? You better find God for yourself. Even with me speaking right now, don't worry what I say about God. You got to find him for yourself. You got to find her for yourself. You got to find it for yourself. Okay? You got to. Because I could say, yo, doing this or doing that. That's not godly. You gotta do good. You gotta make sure you represent for God. Don't talk about that person like that. That's not God. Oh my gosh, you're representing. No. I had to learn, me saying that or anybody saying that about a person, that's not even no movement. Okay? And it's nothing. It's nothing. You ain't getting nowhere. You ain't getting nowhere. You know how much people used to tell me, oh, that's not godly. You can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. And when I got older, I see them same person, them same people start doing the same things that they told me. And when I had to look of cleaning up my soul and looking at things in another way, I said, wow, you remain dirty while I got clean. And was you telling me something to save me? Or was you telling me something just because it was the right thing? You know, and an elder once said, man, you don't do good just so you could do good and people could look at it. You do good just because, you know? Don't do good for people to look at something or be like, yo, nah, just do it. You know, just do it. Don't put no explanation on it. Don't put a label on it. And this is not me telling people to go out there and be giving dollars or giving juice. No. Because one thing, your mind, your heart, and your soul, if you listen to it, it will guide you. And it wouldn't steer you wrong. And when you think about, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm battling with... No. When you battling with stuff or you thinking and you got to be thinking for too long, that's when you let the enemy inside your gates. I'm going to say it again. That's when you let the enemy inside of your gates. Because your mind, your body, and your soul, as the brother said, what is that? A castle, right? So you got to make sure from 200 feet to 100 feet to 50 feet, you use your foresight and you see that enemy coming towards your castle. And you protect your castle. You got your archers. You got your swordsmen. And I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about spiritually. And this is why I be telling the world, get out of that physical nonsense. Okay? Because if they could teach us these things, they teach you things to hurt you, but they don't teach you things to help you. Okay? They don't teach you things because you want to fight physically, but you wasn't never prepared when the enemy came. Okay? And this is when the enemy destroyed your castle and took over your fortress. What do you mean? I mean the same thing of when I just said, your mind, your body, and your soul. As the brother said, that's your castle, right? When you let an enemy that's foreign to your land come in those three, as that castle you're supposed to protect, because you're supposed to protect your castle. Your castle is your mind, your body, and your soul. If you let anything or anybody penetrate that, what you think? You drop your defenses. Okay? You dropped your defenses. You let somebody enter in your gate. And what happens slowly when somebody enters inside of a castle and it's war? What happens? people start dying slowly, one by one, two by two, four by four. You see blood all over, and you see destruction. And at the end of the day, when that castle wasn't protected, and it was the enemy that came and took over that castle, what happens after? You have new ownership in the castle. And strengthened by Jah. No Babylon stress can shake our peace. I rise above with dignity and divine vision. Today we are aligned. We are free. I think you was trying to say that, but we am free. We are free. Okay. Yeah, don't do good for acknowledgement. Do good without having a agenda within your intentions for why. How people real one? Well, you know what? Only real soul wants to get that. Stop doing good what you don't see. Jah sees what you don't see. So don't worry. It will be handled. Okay? For people that think that they get over on people with dirty intentions, right? And dirty energy, you will catch up to yourself. Okay? Like I told my big brother the other day, people think that it's okay to do badness to people and they get in the way, right? And they call it finessing and all of that. But when something happens to you out of the blue, right? Understand you did what you did, but you did it to yourself. Come on, man. And it ain't nothing about karma, but it's just you did what you did, so you did it to yourself. Okay? Okay, excuse me. A castle exposed can do one thing, and that's ask Jah, can he please reinforce all of our borders and bands? Brother, a castle exposed can only do one thing, and that's ask Jah, can he please reinforce all of our borders and bands? Yo, like, people, get right with yourself, okay? Before you get wrong with something else, okay? Get right with yourself before you get wrong with something else, okay? And like, people will be saying things that happen. Well, you know what? Sit down and research. Sit down and study. Because there's many things in this world that I don't understand. But you know what? I always try my time to learn it. I always try to research. I always would ask somebody, because I see people scared to not know something, and they'll be afraid to ask people about something. Like, nah, man, if I don't know, man, I'm not going to be scared to ask Proud Mixed Child. I'm not going to be scared to ask Open-Minded, my brother Maureen, or anybody. I'm not going to be scared to ask, because if you keep yourself shut and it's something important or something that could help you, and you don't want to ask somebody close to you, you only hurting yourself. Because you got to check this out. If that person close to you, right, has the same situation, but you ask them, they could help you and they opened up something for you. But imagine if you didn't ask them and they have the same situation, but they help themselves, but you still stuck in that same spot. Don't be scared to ask help for yourself. Okay? Don't be so, ooh, I don't need, no. Because that was once me, where I ain't gonna act like Oh man, and it's not nothing about being needy to ask people for help, but know when you know yourself and when you need something more than yourself. Okay? And you gotta know. Okay? Don't be playing foolish of knocking your head up. I used to do that, like trying to beat down a math problem, and before I ask somebody for a little help in a math problem, I'll be on a math problem for like 40 minutes when I could have cut that 40 minutes to probably 10 minutes or 15 if I would have asked somebody for help with that problem. And that's with certain things in life as well for all of us as individuals. You don't have to be stuck somewhere because you, but you know what? Stop being scared of yourself to help yourself. Okay. Nah, man, don't be scared of yourself. I'm here working on the stand right now while I'm at work. I don't know, I'm shaving some of it down. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, tomorrow I'll probably be finished of shaving it to paint it. Paint it tomorrow. Hold on. Job blessings are more rewarding than the fortune poured in our pans by the fall of men, and the pursuit of what never fulfilling will always leave the mental emptier than a pocket. And that's true. Like, stop chasing what'll run away from you. Like if you stand still, everything that you need will come to you like a magnet. Like, but when you chase things that's not wanted, or even when you chase something that's not supposed to be chased, it will either be running away from you, or it will lose you time by time. It wouldn't be yours because it's not yours. And it's like when they say, man, like, you chasing a dollar, but the dollar trying to run away from you. Keep on. Keep on. Yeah, I'm here working on, while I'm trying to, this side is almost done. But I'm here working on this side right now. To be honest with you, I'm gonna clean that side out. Knock that side out. And hit this side out. So, yeah. Corruption has no emotion. A dollar don't have a heartbeat, and exchange money with a friend, a fiend mind state, just gonna use that bread to make our heart stop. And this is one reason why I always tell people, like, you better know yourself, man. And like, money, yeah, we all need money, but We all need money, but we don't need money to what's the name, to be somebody other than ourselves, you know. And a lot of people use money as a badge of honor. A lot of people use money as something, you know, to glamorize against other people. And sometimes I tell people, man, like, stop using money against people, you know, even with big wigs, you know. I don't care if you're a big wig and you think like, I don't like people using money against nobody, you know, because there's a lot of nonsense in this world, right? And when the true owners and the true leaders come to take over this world once again and make the world run correctly, oh, a lot of humans will feel sad. You know, a lot of humans will feel sad, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. Yeah, it will be okay. Yeah. Yeah, this side is easier. Yeah, done. Well, since the year started, I started working on 3 wood pieces already. You know, I got this right here. I got well, at home I'm working on a boat. You know, this right here I'm working on a little stand. Well, this is actually the second stand that I'm working on. You know, because the other one that I got home, I already sand that down. I already blueprinted that out the other day. But this one, I just started working on this one today. You know, today is my first day working on this one. And well, I had a vision last night, you know, that I was going to work on, so I attacked it right away this morning. And I don't know, I'll try to finish it by next week, Tuesday. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, I'm here at work. Gotta get back to my harvest, brother. Stay cooking, stay up, stay in tune. Man, God bless, man, and hope you know, bless your harvest, man. Bless you and your family, and much love to Puerto Rico, man. Much love to you, brother. God bless and lion love always, man. Rastafari. Yeah. And y'all, you know, whoever is in the chat, y'all go support Proud Mixed Child. Y'all go support him, man, because he's one of the good ones on YouTube. He's one of the ones that he's actually talking good. He's giving good energy, you know? He's giving good energy. So, y'all go support the brother. Go support the iDream. For real, there's a lot of nonsense and folly up here on YouTube, but you know what? Gonna jump in. He a good one, okay? Because I don't hear him come on here and speak no foolishness or no nonsense. And one thing you gotta do is start really giving respect to the people that take time out of their day to come on here and speak goodness into the world. Stop following people that come on here and give folly. You know, because they have so much people that come on here, right? And this is why I don't give too much people page respect, because What you think? I'm gonna come on the internet to watch you speak stupidity? I got Netflix, I got cable, I got a whole bunch of other nonsense at home to watch before I watch somebody do stupidity on YouTube or even talk any nonsense on YouTube. Because first of all, what are you teaching me? Okay. If you can't teach me nothing, I don't really care about your YouTube page. Okay? For if you ain't teaching me nothing, I don't want to watch your YouTube page or listen to your YouTube page, or if you ain't even teaching nobody nothing, man, because you, like, they think that it's okay for everybody to have a YouTube page now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a, like, no, I'm not into the nonsense of everybody having no YouTube page. Because you think it's okay for everybody to speak stupidity? I ain't in that. I ain't in that. Yeah. And thank you very much, brother, for joining this live. Well, I'm about to get off here in like 30 seconds because I think I've been here for an hour and 30 seconds. So thank you for everybody for joining this live. Much respect and love to everybody. Ja Rastafari, peace and love.